nurse at an elderly and retirement facility in the midst of the pandemic. In the midst of her boxing career, she had left nursing. She went full in on boxing, and then COVID comes along and she felt a need to serve. That is what she did, and now she returns for her first fight back since with an 11-0 mark. Natalie Gonzalez is a 29-year-old from New Rochelle, New York. Now, New Rochelle was one of the original hotspots for COVID-19 in the midst of the pandemic back in March when things were raging in New York. She is a mother of two, very hard worker and dedicated trainer herself. And she fell in love with the sport when she was 14 years old. She was walking past a boxing gym in White Plains, New York. A coach let her in, gave her a free pass, started to train. And now here she is with her moment to potentially shine at 6-0.
Don't look to counter, you go first. Go, baby, you're thinking too much. Have fun
Joe, Kim Clavel, she's a really good boxer, deep amateur pedigree. She's got a great personality. You know, she had us laughing in the fighter meeting yesterday, and she seems to be an even better person.
Yeah, what did she say, Dre, about, you know, training with gyms closed in Quebec? She said, I went old school Rocky. I was grabbing heavy rocks, 45-pound rocks. I was in kayaks, swimming, canoeing, running mountains. She even went so far to claim that she sparred with a bear in the woods.
And she came out on top.
Don't wait on her. Use your face to drop in.
And a lot of respect to Natalie Gonzalez as well. She has two kids, like you mentioned. She said, I take my kids to the gym every day, and she's fighting to, you know, give her family a better life. So a lot of respect to her as well.
No doubt. Undefeated ESPY award winner Kim Clavel had a 12-2 connect advantage in that first round against Natalie Gonzalez. Good exchange right in the middle of the ring to start round number 2.
You can see the first round was a fill-out round. Both these girls now are getting after it now, trying to raise the tempo. Both girls seemingly have the same game plan right now. First round, it was a fill-out round, and now they're trying to take over. Both of them.
Gotta be fast tonight.
Well, Kim Clavel is more of the pure boxer with, you know, the deeper amateur background. So she wants to box a little bit more, even though she's willing to fight. But Natalie Gonzalez told us that she's the type of fighter that presses the issue, and that's the way she likes to fight. So that's what I want to see from her, is more of what we saw at the start of this round, more aggression.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what sometimes you need to do against a person with a deep amateur pedigree, you know, with the flashy, you know, record, stuff like that. You got to just press the issue. You know, if you're out-talented, you just got to press the issue, make it ugly, make it a dirty fight. Something that, you got to be something that they ain't used to seeing.
Stop.
That's what Gonzalez needs to do right now.
Now go.
Punch in there. Come on, need your head moving now. Get that swag going. Under. Give me that uppercut. Tight slide, tighter guard. Head movement, let's go. There you go, good roll.
Coming to the end of round number 2, and that gives us an opportunity to check in with Mark for this Tuesday, Thursday summer series we've been doing since early June tonight. But then we get back to a little normality of what you're used to seeing with championship fights on Saturday nights in August. And Mark now detailing that it is the Eleider Alvarez Joe Smith title eliminator at light heavyweight on August 22nd, and then Jose Ramirez, who has the WBC and the WBO, on August 29th. And I will tell you this, we are now just getting word instantly from Vegas that the guy who just impressed us again, Elvis Rodriguez, now 8-0 with 8 knockouts, who just landed that huge left-hand second-round knockout of Dennis Akuth, is ready to cycle back and return on that card with Jose Ramirez. So we will see the next step with Elvis Rodriguez on August 29th, but a lot to look forward to.
You roll strong, kid.
I'm looking forward to both of those fights that Mark Kriegel just mentioned. Alvarez Smith, I don't think we can lose with that fight. I just hope that Alvarez stays healthy and is able to get to the fight. And for Ramirez and Postol, I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Make her miss while you clip her.
Been 2 times canceled or rescheduled.
Yeah, originally that was scheduled for February 1st in China, then May 9th in Fresno, and now here we are looking at August 29th as we're in round number 3 here. Kim Clavel and Natalie Gonzalez, the 2 unbeatens from the East Coast. Yeah, originally that was scheduled for February. Clavel and Natalie Gonzalez, the 2 unbeatens from the East Coast. And then if Ramirez can get through that fight with Postol, will we have a fight for the undisputed king at 140 pounds against Josh Taylor? Then talks of perhaps, I mean, Ramirez put it out there, he wants to go all the way up to Bud Crawford if he can get through all that successfully. 4 here. Kim Clavel has a 46-17 connect advantage over Natalie Gonzalez.
Yeah, Clavel has found her rhythm. You know, it didn't take her long. Found her timing, found her range. She's getting in and out of range quickly, coming in, darting in with combinations, taking care of defense afterwards. And what Gonzalez is doing is she's just sitting directly in front of her, not doing anything.
Both women opening up there in the middle of the ring. Pair of right hands. Let's check in with Bernardo.
Working on my French with Danielle Bouchard, the trainer for Kim Clavel. She said, look, I asked her for speed because she is a lot faster than her opponent, and if she continues to use the jab and makes her miss and pay, I think we can win this fight.
Bernardo, you never cease to amaze. Girl gets in with a 2-punch combination, then gets out of the way.
And Natalie Gonzalez is in this fight. She's in this fight. Kim Clavel just has the advantage right now. And again, I just think it's the pedigree she has. She's a little bit smarter in the ring. She kind of knows where to be and when to be there. And she's got a speed edge as well. So Gonzalez has to press the issue like she told us she would do yesterday. I think that's her best shot to inflict damage and try to get a win in this fight.
Stop. Now go. Right back on it. 1, 2 now. There it is. You first. Oh! Get her again, Nat. Finish her. Stop. You heard her. Now why you finish her?
Watch your head.
Good girl. You can finish her, Nat.
Good action to close out this round. I don't know, Kim Clavel dealing with just a little mark near the left eye as we start round 5 against Natalie Gonzalez. Let's look at the CompuBox tally as it stands right now through 4 rounds. A 63-29 connect advantage for Clavel. Kim Clavel, the Pat Tillman Award for Service winner at the 2020 ESPYs.
Yeah, keep pushing.
Frontline health worker in the midst of the COVID pandemic back home in Montreal.
Give me the tape. Tape her hair, please.
Russell Mora is going to ask
Tape her hair.
that they tape the hair of Natalie Gonzalez. As the bottom piece came out. Now the concern there, we have seen this before. The concern there in men's boxing is if she turns her head and it comes around quickly, it could come right across the face of the opponent. We've even seen the scissors come out in certain fights.
Good girl.
Paulie Malignaggi.
That's right.
He got a haircut right on national television.
That's my girl. Keep dumping her. Keep dumping her. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Nice work, Natalie.
You can see Clavel just a little bit short and smoother with her punches inside of those wide shots from Gonzalez. Gonzalez doing a good job and actually letting her hands go out at distance.
Girl, keep going. Dig in there. Speed power.
Gonzalez is a good fighter. She just seems to be one gear behind Clavel. Clavel's not a big puncher, her best shot to try to get a stoppage in this fight and to continue to dominate is to let her hands go with shots to the head and to the body. Volume is her game.
Or hit her with a punch that she don't see. Maybe something to the body. You know, a lot of head hitting from Clavel. Can't forget about the body.
But Gonzalez is good enough where Clavel just can't quite have her way.
Keep digging in there.
Gonzalez, who's fought for a title, he's been in against name opponents. If he gets through this tonight, we will get the much anticipated showdown with fellow countrymen and all-out action fighter Miguel Berchelt, the WBC champion. For now, round number 6 here between Clavel and Gonzalez, and then we will see if the streak stays alive. The first round knockout streak of Edgar Berlanga is coming up. 13-0, 13 first round knockouts for Edgar. Let's check in with Bernardo.
Interesting perspective from Ryan O'Leary, who said, look, I understand Clavel's getting off first and getting there, and Natalie Gonzalez is landing just short with a jab, but if we let our hands go and keep pressing her, I think we can stop Kim Clavel in the 8th round.
Right hand scored there.
Watch your heads. Watch your heads.
I don't know what fight he watching. I don't know about all of that. But we shall see.
See if confidence pays off.
Come on, Tim. He's got to encourage his fighter. He's got to tell his fighter.
He got to tell her what's right. I mean, let her hands go, yeah. But stop her? Come on.
It's possible. It's possible.
Right,
I'm not saying it's likely. It's possible.
Anything's possible, right, Dre? Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Boss.
That's it. Sit down and dig.
Now go.
And my girl, you give me 3.
You can just see the shorter arm fighter in Clavel. Her punches are just a lot more crisp and sharper right down the middle. And Gonzalez, again, the punches are coming out wide. A straight punch can be the wide punch.
Natalie, get in there quicker now.
There's a straight lead right moments ago, and then comes back with 2-punch combination to close out this 6th round. 2 to go from.
You can see the spit fly.
And I know you love that.
Mouth. Look at that. Woo. My goodness. Grace right here from Clavel.
Hold your ground. I love it.
A great replay there of the work from Kim Clavel. You can see the power punches in the last round. That was one of 11 that she landed through 39.
A lot of times when you can't hit the head, you got to start from the body up. Go from the body on up. Eventually, that head will be right there for you.
Give me 2 or 3 at a time, Natalie.
Just think Natalie Gonzalez has been thinking too much tonight, and you're facing a fighter like Kim Clavel, who, you know, has skill, has angles, has speed. It's kind of hard to get a rhythm. She hasn't allowed Natalie Gonzalez to get a rhythm tonight.
Well, the thing that Gonzalez needs to do is get Clavel out of her rhythm. You got to be rough and tough. You got to be mean in the inside. You got to roughhouse. You can't show her all this respect and give her the distance and the range she wants. No.
Speed, Natalie. Turn it up now. Give me everything. New World Strong. I want to see it all, kid. That's it.
Hear the encouragement coming from Ryan O'Leary in the corner of Natalie Gonzalez.
Get close to that.
I think the spirit is willing, Joe, for Gonzalez, but the flesh is weak, and she doesn't have the know-how to offset Clavel and to get in there to land the type of shots that her trainer is asking her to land.
That has been evident, hasn't it, Dre? Interesting 2020, as she has worked as a healthcare worker on the front line, helping those with COVID back home in Montreal. Then she wins an ESPY Award, and now she gets primetime TV slot on American television. And here she is in the 8th and final round trying to coast in for a win against 6-0 Natalie Gonzalez. And Clavel with 60 plus more punches landed to this point.
Even though Clavel is winning this fight, Gonzalez has touched Clavel up a little bit. She's got some marks on the face, marks on the eyes. Gonzalez has landed shots. She just hasn't been able to follow up.
The way Gonzalez came out this round, this is the way she needs to fight the whole fight. Take it to Clavel. Get her uncomfortable.
Up.
Give me everything.
Stop. Let go.
Now first, right in, champ. Believe that right. She don't believe in the jab today. Get that jab going. There you go. Keep going. Keep pushing.
There it is.
You got it now. Let's go. That's my girl. Dig it in.
Let go.
Give me that body.
Let go.
You know what I noticed in women's boxing?
Drop her.
And you know, we hear it like, you know, give it all you got. Give it all you got. We say that, you know, with the male fighters. But the women, they truly, honestly give it everything they have when you ask them to. You can see it right here.
Tim, I think you're exactly right. I think we often feel that way. They will extend themselves in ways that often we would love to demand.
Inside MGM Grand, after 8 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judges Lisa Giampa, Dave Moretti, and Patricia Morse-Jarman all score the bout 80-72. For your winner, by unanimous decision, Kim Clavel!
The SB winner won the Pat Tillman Award for service. She's now 12-0. A clean sweep in Vegas for Kim Clavel.